Good evening and welcome to Netzach Yisrael's daily Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Tonight we're going to continue Siman Kuf Tzadi Gimel Hilchos Bikocholim Halachos of visiting the sick. Tonight we're going to go from Sif Tes to Sif Yud Dalet. Choyle shemeis lo yimei, someone who's already ill and a relative of his passes away. We don't inform them in order not to depress them and make them more sick. And even if they do find out, we don't tell them to take Korea and sit Shiva, in case their worry increases, and again we're worried that will increase their illness. We don't cry or eulogize in front of them, whether their relative or whether about someone else who has passed away, even if that person is not related to them. Because it might put thoughts into their mind and they may become scared that they too will die. And we quieten anyone who comes to be menachem, anyone who comes to comfort them, who comes to mourn with them. Seif Yud. We don't visit someone who's got some type of intestinal illness, because of shame. Shulchan Aruch is talking about a time where we don't know that these people, they may have diarrhea and it may not be sanitary, it may not be clean, and it may be very embarrassing for them. So obviously, if we know that it is safe, if we know that it is clean and they won't be embarrassed, obviously the halacha would be that you can visit them. Likewise, I am not people who are ill in the eye or the head, or any sick person who they're so ill and it's very difficult for them to speak. We don't visit them directly in their room, but rather we wait outside, we go to the porch and we inquire if there's anything that we can do to help. We listen to their pain, and we request mercy for them. So we need to be sensitive before visiting someone, that when we do visit them, it's going to be comfortable for them and we're not going to make it uncomfortable. Seif Yud Aleph. For someone who has a choice, they have in front of them two mitzvahs, visiting the sick or comforting the mourners of someone who's passed away. If they do have the possibility to do both of them, then visiting the sick comes first. They should do that first, in order to be able to daven for them. By praying for them, one actually helps them get better. But if they don't have the choice, if they can't do both, they have a choice of one or the other, then visiting the mourners, comforting the mourners takes precedence, because that is kindness with both the living, the mourners, as well as the dead, the deceased. Seif Yud Beis. One also should visit a non-Jewish ill person because of Darkei Shalom. That means we should care about their feelings of peace. Seif Yud Gimel. Tanya b'Sifri. A brisa from the Sifri, Rabbi Nosson says, it says in the Pasuk, that the person shall be guilty, then they shall then confess what they've done. That's the basis of all the dead that pleaded and confessed. But Isa b'Mishnah, we see in the Mishnah, anyone who says vidoy, anyone who confesses, who does a confession before they pass away, they have a portion in the world to come. Because so we find with Achan, who stole from the spoils when they were told not to. Yeshua said to him, Beni, my son, Simla Koved LaHashem Elokei Yisrael. Place now your respect for Hashem, the God of Israel. Pretend lo toido, and make your confession to him. And tell me now what you have done. Al tachachinim, and don't hide it from me. And Achan replied to Yeshua, and he said, indeed I have sinned. La Hashem Elokei Yisrael, to Hashem, the God of Israel. Because I sasisi, and this is exactly what I've done. And how do we know that his vidoi atoned for him? As the Pasuk continued, Yeshua, and Yeshua says, why have you brought trouble on us? Hashem shall trouble you this day. On this day you are cursed, you are troubled. You are not troubled, you are not cursed for the world to come. So we see that somehow his confession made a difference to him for the future. Therefore, when we see an ill person who's on the deathbed, we try and speak to him, persuade him with words, and we say to him, say your confession, but don't worry from this. Many people gave a confession and they became a lot better and they are living. However, many people didn't say vidui and they died. So don't worry that vidui means that you're going to die. And then the reward of you doing the mitzvah of confessing, you will live. And anyone who does vidui, you should tell him, has a portion of the world to come. If he's unable to confess or to actually say out the words, he should do so in his heart. And if he's able to say even a little bit, we say to him, say the following, my death shall be an atonement for all my sins. We should also say to them, to this dying person, that they should request forgiveness from anyone who they have wronged, whether financially or whether things that they've said. We don't say this to an Amaretz, to someone who's ignorant, or to people like women who in the olden days were uneducated, wouldn't necessarily apply today, or to children, because they will cry and it will break their hearts. So again, we've got to be sensitive that anyone who will misconstrue this and it will worsen their condition, it's not worth saying it to them. Sifya Dalet. Seder Avidei B'Kitzur. The order of the confession in short goes as follows. I am grateful before you, Hashem my God and the God of my fathers. I acknowledge that my healing is in your hands and my death is in your hands. It's in your hands, Hashem. May it be your will before you that you will heal me with a complete healing. However, if I die, then my death shall be an atonement for all the sins, iniquities and transgressions which I have committed and transgressed and sinned before you. You should place my portion in the Garden of Eden. And I should merit to the world to come which is hidden for the righteous. And of course, if he can, the permission is there, so to speak, if he wants to lengthen, like the confession of Yom Kippur. The vidoyim, the confessions are already organized and written out in the Sefer Maviyaboik, with a Sefer Chachmas Adam, and in Sefer Chachmas Adam he also publishes there the order of confession from the Ramban of blessed memory. Thank you for watching.